Hello everyone, 104 checking in for UKCB TV channel. So yeah, I've been mucking around with the off-grid messaging once again. Now I've been with Meshcore now for about 5 weeks. I've been mucking around with Meshtastic for over a year, I think. So yeah, I've been fiddling around, playing around, and for my use case, I have decided which one is best suited for me. I'm not monetized. I'm not linked in with any of the developers or anybody promoting this stuff. Totally unbiased. So stick with it, and I will let you know which one I reckon is best for my use case and perhaps yours. Right, so here we go. So same sort of setup as I had in a previous video. So that screen there, that tablet there is linked in with Meshcore, and that one is linked in with Meshtastic. So I'll take you over to the bench, so to speak, a little bit later on and show you some of the things that I'm working on. And yeah, in the meantime, what do I reckon for my use case, which is primarily getting messages to and from? Meshcore for the win. Absolutely, hands down. They're coming in now, look, thick and fast. It's not staged. These messages, believe it or not, are coming in from the Midlands. And what have we got coming in from Meshtastic? I've got one message today, and that came in at 3:20. For messaging, honestly, Meshcore is absolutely owning it. It's blowing Meshtastic to bits. And let's have a quick look at the Meshtastic screen. So I'm no Meshtastic hater. I will run both systems, at least for now. But you can see someone there, KD1. He's not all that pleased with the routers that are being rolled out on the system. No more routers there. So yes, indeed. On long fast, at least, Meshtastic is only good for node spotting, really, for me. And there we go. But Meshcore, wow, we've just had a very fine fellow upgrade a repeater over in Pontypool, and that has now made two-way messaging possible with the guys up in the Midlands, as well as the ones that we were already talking to down this way. So that is absolutely superb. So all I've got, showed you this before, I've got, actually I made a couple of changes. I've got my tablet there, little cheap tablet I got. That's got the Meshcore app on it, and that's linked in with the companion radio, which is just above me on a pile of old computers. And Meshtastic is actually slightly better in this respect. Is I've got this tablet linked in with my client node that is in the kitchen, up in the kitchen window, which has got an unobstructed view of 30 miles, 30 miles of the South Wales coast. So that does pick up very well. Heltec V3, and that is, as I say, linked in over Wi-Fi because the Bluetooth won't reach this far. So that works quite well. That works very well. But Meshcore is slightly different. I've got the companion radio that I'll show you in a moment, and then that links into a router that I've got in the same big kitchen window as well. So again, Heltec, so the equipment is actually identical antennas, so we are testing like for like. Anyway, I'll show you the Meshcore node, and then we'll go across to the table, and I'll show you a few things that are in the offing. Okay, so I think I showed you this before. On top of there is my companion node. I don't know if I showed you before, but the case that thing is in is literally just the box it came in. Now the antenna on top is crap, but don't forget its job in life is just to link in with the repeater in an adjacent room. So yeah, that's actually powered from that X-Thin client machine there that I've got. I had it there already because it runs as a print server, file server, but I've installed a Chromium-based browser on that thing, and it enables me just to very easily update the firmware on the node when new releases come out. All I need to do is fire up the monitor there that I use, and way to go. I could as well, if this was somewhere a little bit more remote from my actual desk, I could use some sort of remote desktop client or something and do it that way. But I've not done that because it's so easy as it is. So that's how I roll with that. and way to go. So that is my client, or my companion node for righto over on the bench now, aka the dining room table. So yeah, this is actually my phone linked in with my portable companion radio there, which is pretty much, well, it is exactly the same setup as old Freebird 1 there, which is the Meshtastic version that you've seen on a lot of my previous SHTF off-grid comms type mesh type videos. So yeah, as you can see, absolutely stacks of messages been coming through. Now, I sent one myself earlier on, not had a message back from that one, which is a little bit of a shame, but they're very busy up there. So I'd imagine that repeater is doing quite a bit of work up there. What would really be ace, we've got a much better link up put towards the Midlands now via Pontypool's upgrade. Perhaps there is talk of someone putting up a repeater on the Malverns. That would really make the whole thing cook on gas. Now, I showed you before what we could do with probably down this way is something on the coast over at Cardiff, and that's something on the coast at Weston-super-Mare. So that would bring in Weston-super-Mare. That would bring in Cardiff, and that would link in with my North Somerset repeater. My repeater links in with Pontypool. My repeater links in with a chap put a little bit further up the coast, and he links in very nicely with Bristol, and then that subsequently links in with Wiltshire. So that would be absolutely tip top if that could happen. So come on, Cardiff, get something cooking down that way, right on the coast, and you'll need a good node set up down there or a good repeater if you want to make it happen. So there's the challenge, guys. Anyway, so yeah, they're chatting away up there in the Midlands. Okay, I fired one out on this earlier on back at base. It was very windy actually down by the coast. I haven't had an answer to that one, but I did get a reply earlier on. I'll show you that on the other tablet in a moment. Anyway, so yeah, that's the setup with that. Easy peasy, just Heltec V3. And it's working very well. Now, I'll show you a couple of other things that I'm doing at the moment. Hang on, I'll just put another one out now while I'm here. Evening all. Let's fire out one there. Anyway, let's see what happens. 2 repeats, so that's pretty promising. Probably Somerset Coast will be mine, and then Pontypool will be the other repeat as well, which means I should be at least in with half a chance of getting a message up to the Midlands. But it's very busy at the moment by the sound of it, so perhaps I won't. We'll have to wait and see. So it's not 100% up that way, but for the first time, last couple of days. There we go. Hi, Freebird from Coast 60 client. He's up Clee Hill way. So there you are. You've seen it for yourself, and it's working great. So yeah, I'll just say quick one. Thanks for the reply. MC. Actually, I'd say I'm too worried about spelling mistakes and things. Looking good. You can tell I'm Gen X with the speed I type on a phone. Anyway, let's leave that be for now. Anyway, I'll show you a couple of other things that we're, it's live and as it comes, really. Anyway, it's as it's happening. Right, so there's my portable repeater that I've set up. It's all in camo, and I've put a loop on the top so I can hang it up in a tree. And also I've got my companion piece of rope there with a carabiner on it, so I can literally just clip that in there, and then I can chuck that over a tree branch and raise the repeater should I need to. But other times I can just put it in a hedge or hide it on top of a wall. Now, I have seen people comment, actually, this antenna apparently is pretty good. I get my antennas from Pi Hut. I'm not affiliated with them, but I have heard that they're quite good and the price is good. But I have heard comment that once you put them like that, the SWR can go out a bit. So apparently it's preferable to keep them fully straight and erect like that. So there we go. That grommet there is so I can introduce a cable gland, and I can then power it externally. As it stands, it's just a Heltec V3 in there, and a power bank. Probably, well, it's actually the same type of one as that. Should be good for about 13 hours in isolation without an external power source. So that's currently on Meshcore as well. And I also picked up a little cheap tiny smartphone for 30 quid new, and I put my 4G unlimited SIM in it. That's going to be my backup phone. I've got Meshcore and Meshtastic apps in there, so I can pair one with one or one with the other, and my main phone and vice versa, and it's a good backup. So that's going to be quite useful, and it works very well actually for a very cheap phone. Extra power bank there. I put 4 little rubber feet on it so it doesn't slide around. And that's not a bad little power bank. I reckon that'll keep a decent node going for about 20 hours. And you've seen this one before. That's just my Freebird version, and that's Freebird 1. That's on Meshtastic. Now this is one I've got in this week. That's actually a LilyGo board in that one. First time I've gone with those boards. Now I put this one up in the window, and I did a back-to-back test with the Heltec that I've got up in the window, and the actual signal strengths coming from the local repeaters were exactly the same, to be honest. But apparently they're more frugal on power. I don't know, but that's something that I will be testing. Again, this is just the white version of the same antenna from Pi Hut. And literally, well, what is good, I made, because I'm tight, only people with excessive amounts of disposable income really need to buy cases for these things. That is made out of the box it came in. Now, this is actually more sexy than a lot of boxes, to be honest, because when I fire it up, okay, wow, you even got the USB the right way up. Look at the way that T3 lights up. The whole thing glows in that sort of purpley blue. How wonderful is that? It looks great with the lights off. It's absolutely brilliant. So there we are. It's not bad for a free case. I'm not too sure what to do with that one yet. May turn it into a room server, may turn it into a portable repeater. I do not know, but we'll have to wait and see. On top of that, some of the familiar ones from the past. That's Freebird 2. You may have seen that one in action when I did a link-up test up in Mid Wales. And there's the old base bird that quite often ends up on the roof of my Citroen Berlingo. So there we are, and that's the kit there. And tonight what I'll be doing is I picked up this cool bag. They're selling this sort of stuff off cheap now that the holiday season's coming to an end. I'll be turning that bag into my sort of portable everyday carry type bag, holiday bag, for all this type of off-grid kit. Now, I've yet to decide what to go with. Meshtastic certainly has some advantages as far as the phone can give the GPS location to the node quite easily, so that's good for hiking and things like that. So there's advantages perhaps for when I go away hiking with Meshtastic and back to base comms, perhaps on a different speed, maybe medium fast or whatever, sort of local small use case type meshes rather than a big long fast that we've got at the moment. I don't know, but I'll certainly be doing quite a bit with Meshcore. I intend to deploy that one up in the mountains somewhere in the next month or so, overnight, see what we can drag in, and we'll take it from there. Anyway, I'll pop you over to the other side of the room, and we'll call it a wrap. Right, back at the tablets now, so let's have a quick look at the routing on that answer I got from up there in the Midlands. So let's have a look at that. And it's a 5-hop job, so we've got the origin there, WV11 repeater, Clee Hill East, Clee Hill South, Pontypool, North Somerset Coast, which is mine, into Freebird Base. So that is jolly decent bit of multi-hop routing there. And yeah, someone else has come through there as well. There's a Bristol station there, I believe. So it's all very good indeed. So some decent chat going on there, which for me, as I say, is what it's all about, off-grid messaging. So there we go. Anyway, let's have a look at the map while we're here. And one thing I did notice, there's been an upgrade on the app, I think today. It's updated today. But I was getting fairly frequent crashes up until yesterday, but I did seem to do some good by deleting some of the nodes in the contact list. I'd hit 100 nodes in the contact list, and or 100 devices, because it includes room servers, repeaters, and sort of just standard client nodes. And it did seem to go wonky once I hit 100, and if that was just coincidence, but I deleted about 25 that come in on a lift, because they were basically temporary, because they came in on a lift. So I deleted those and it seemed to behave. But now there's been an update. I've not had a crash since then. So as you can see on the map, this is all our region that was working anyway. Now Pontypool and Midlands are now talking together much better. But as I say, there's quite a gap between the two. So if somebody can put something in between the two, that would solidify comms between the Southwest and the Midlands. And yeah, when that lift came up, we did see Andy Kay and all his pals there, and also as far as the Netherlands as well. So that was exciting to a certain extent, but we couldn't get any messages. But having said that, we couldn't even get any messages to the Midlands then. But now that's working much better. Then who knows what will happen next time we get a bit of a lift. And perhaps it'll even start happening if there's a little bit more comms from the east of England over towards the Midlands. That might do the job as well. Anyway, so that's all great. So there we go. I have put out a message, just to be fair, on Meshtastic there. I just fired out hi all. No replies. So the only other thing that's come through all day is 20 past 15:19 there this afternoon. Prior to that, it was 20:44 the night before, so not a lot happening on there. Now, I don't dislike Meshtastic, but it's in its present form here in the UK, on long fast at least, it is just a node spotting thing. But as I say, I will still probably use it because it's really good for hiking and GPS positioning and all that type of stuff. And I will go probably with medium slow, something like that, and make my own sort of small tight mesh. And who knows, perhaps some future upgrades will sort out some of the problems that Meshtastic has here in the UK, as far as people putting out routers and things when really they shouldn't be. There's plenty of concise documentation out there as far as what role to use with Meshtastic. It's all on their website. Please read it, and please decide, reassess what you should be running as far as the role on your device, and also perhaps consider updating some of the firmware, because some people are running firmware and they actually have roles that don't even exist. They've been deprecated. So yeah, there's some zombie nodes out there. So there we go. Anyway, so yeah, for me, my use case, certainly from the base station, Meshcore is winning hands down for my use case, because I like the off-grid messaging side of things, and for that, it's working very well indeed, as you've seen. Anyway, I should check out now. Catch you all soon. 104, going clear.